This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Hello to our friends in San Jose, California, listening now on 98.5, The Fox, the South Bay's classic rock station. Also 94.7 KZND. Good morning, Alaska, in Alaska's rock alternative in beautiful Anchorage. And, of course, Rock 100.5, The Cat in Oklahoma City, all on board. And hell, our latest affiliate, Rock 105, Chattanooga's rock station in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Why are you laughing at me?
Sorry.
What the hell happened? Welcome to the program.
Just the comments that are coming in based on today's question,
all right,
man.
Okay. Our question, by the way,
yeah.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before, as a discussion started on Twitter by a writer named, an author named Tessie Dare. And she said, my friend's 5-year-old just saw a crow and called it a Halloween eagle.
Right.
So we're thinking of all the ways we call different things today.
And this goes back to childhood, as it were. It says, when my son was young, he called his sister's privates her Vegesta. He also thought the gangster saying was, pop a cat in your ass, which is much scarier than actually
God, that would hurt. I don't know which one would be worse.
That's what he's saying. Like, his kid made it so much worse.
If you had that in there,
pop a cat in your ass.
That would really do some damage, sure. That would be
oh,
awful.
my.
Yeah. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before?
Hello, Samantha. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola.
Hi. So for probably a very embarrassing amount of time, I called scissors no-nos.
No-nos?
Why? Because when you were younger, they said no, like don't pick it up?
Yeah. And then they caught me when I was really little cutting my own hair, singing no.
So,
Yeah.
But how old were you when you realized they were not called no-nos?
Probably first grade.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing, was it other kids that pointed out to you that they're not called no-nos?
I actually went up to the teacher and asked for some no-nos to cut something, and she was like, what?
Okay. My niece, she's got a couple of them that are pretty funny. It's just based on my brother. They live in Pittsburgh, and she loves smoothies. So for a while there, she needed to get her fruits, but she didn't really like to eat fruit, but she needed to get her fruits and vegetables. So my brother was making her smoothies, but he put the blender underneath the counter. And when he'd go in to get it, she would be over top of him because she was excited, and she wanted to see how the smoothies are made. When they're made in the blender, that was exciting for her. So my brother would always bend down and look in the counter and he goes, all right, let me get this guy out of here. And so that's just what he said. He didn't even realize consciously what he was saying. But every time, oh, yeah, I got to get this guy. So one day, the blender was on the counter, and my niece, Peachy, goes, this guy. And she's pointing to the blender. This guy right here. This guy. Get this guy.
Look at this guy.
Get this guy. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before, 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Eli. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I'm in graduate school, and a lot of the student body is from Canada. And instead of beanie, like the hat, they call it a toque.
A toque?
A toque.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that before.
I'm not.
Your Canadian friends?
Yeah, hockey guys.
That explains it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? What else those crazy Canadians say?
Instead of the letter Z, they don't pronounce it Z. It's Z.
Oh, yeah, that's an English thing.
What do you mean?
Instead of letter, even when they do the ABCs, all right? Honestly,
okay, all right, so how about if you were to say zebra?
You'd say zebra if you say the letter Z. So if you did the alphabet and Z, it literally ends with and Z, which on a side note to our friend, that's a horrible way to end that song. Z. Yeah.
Z.
Yeah.
Z.
Okay, all right.
Not Z.
Huh. So there's not too many times, though, where you'd bring that up individually.
Well, no, if you buy a car, right? I got the so-and-so.
Oh, like the Nissan.
Right.
Whatever.
It would be the ZX.
ZX.
You would say the ZX.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, exactly. And, that's the biggest thing that I find is when they're trying to spell things out, they never say Z. It's always they pronounce it Z. And it just throws me for a loop every time they say it.
Well, hey, how do you spell pizza? P-I-Z-Z-A.
We're going to get
Exactly.
the Z out.
Yeah. I mean,
tonight at 11.
Get the Z out.
I think another one I heard from a Canadian talking about hockey helmets, brain buckets.
Jesus. Well, that's not bad.
That's an upbeat name.
At least they know what the hell the thing's for. Yeah. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that? 844-999-OLA.
Oh, my God. I can't even read this one on the air. What someone used to call crows.
What someone used to call crows.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
Yes.
Jesus. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn people.
That is God, Jesus Christ.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
My brother was sick one time. Well, he was hungover one time. And so I tossed him some headache pills. And he's reading the back of them. He's like, oh, man, I don't want to take these. They say they might cause stumachi. What the hell is stumachi?
Stumachi.
I'm like, stumachi? What are you talking about? So I go over there and I take the label from him. I read it. It says stomach ache.
Oh, stumachi.
It just says it might cause it.
Yeah, to this day, everybody in my family calls the stomach ache stumachi.
God damn. And that's a grown-ass man. He's hungover. Stumachi. That sounds like a bad martial art. Back up, brother. I know stumachi.
I mean, it
involves a lot of biting.
It's not a mispronunciation, but my cousin wasn't familiar with this brand.
All right.
We're in a car, right? And it's kind of a ghetto area. So my brother's friend is wearing a hat, just a J. Crew hat. My cousin pipes up and goes, "Who's the J. Crew?"
Oh, Jesus
God.
God.
Who's the J. Crew? Oh, Jay-Z.
Who's the J. Crew? Was he trying to be cool?
Yeah, like he didn't know. He just thought it was a crew, I guess, that this guy was repping.
Oh, man, they open stores, I'm telling you. Taking over the world.
The J. Crew.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before?
Hello, Chase. Welcome to the men's room.
Can you hear me?
No, not at all. Scream louder.
All right. Hola!
Hola! We got ya!
All right, cool. All right, so situation was, my girlfriend now was when we
Wait a minute, you got to keep yelling.
We can't barely hear you, man. That phone's really cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we sure can.
All right, cool. So, yeah, my girlfriend and I have been dating for a couple of years, but this is when we first started dating. We went to a pretty nice restaurant, and she was looking at the beer menu. And she goes, "Oh, I'll have an IPA to the waitress." And I was like, what the frick? Like, what's going on with this chick?
An IPA?
And, I didn't look at her IQ or nothing like that, but we figured out it was the IPA.
The IPA. All right.
IPA, yeah.
How'd that work out for you?
And we're still together now. I must not be able
All
to
right.
read.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
And there it is.
Hang in there, man.
Must be hot.
That's right.
IPA.
Did you ever call 7-Eleven Slevins?
Well, I mean,
As a
it's
joke, sure.
Yeah.
You think the woman who said IPA, she's like, hey, we can't have sex tonight. I have an Udi.
I mean, she's not wrong if you read it together.
Oh, so, but you don't. Right? I'll take one of them IPAs.
I'm going to get a men's room IP ale. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Connor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So it's a number of years ago now, but my mom and dad were trying to figure out what to do for date night. And he looks at her and says, "Hey, you want to go see that new movie, Armageddon?" And she looks at him and says, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "You know that new Bruce Willis movie that came out?
Oh, sure.
Armageddon."
Oh.
Jesus. God, what do they call
Armageddon.
it? What did they call it?
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Damn, man. Those are those moments are uncomfortable for everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, man, how long have you been calling it that?
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that way before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Samir. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so I have to preface this story with, have you ever said anything that your brain wanted you to say one thing and your mouth didn't cooperate?
Many, many times.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Well, it happened to me. So I brought in some Girl Scout cookies for guys that I work with, and they were in my car. I also had a Coke in there. So I told the guys that I needed to run out to the car and grab mine. It's one of the 7 words that I can't say on the air.
Were you attempting to say Coke?
Yes.
So
Coke
yours
and
rhymes
cookies together at the same time.
It sounds with rock. So you're telling everyone you work with, run into my truck and go grab my Coke, but it didn't quite.
Your rooster?
Yes.
You told him you were going to go grab
That's
your
exactly
rooster?
what I said. And that was 15 years ago. I still have not lived it down to this day.
Man, that is spectacular.
You should have gone and grabbed it.
Dude, remember one day on the air, for some reason, I paused in the middle of saying country.
I know, we didn't dump it.
You didn't have the
Yeah,
read.
like, you know, fraternity people say, don't call it a frat because you wouldn't call your country a...
Right.
I called it that.
Yeah, it happens, man. Years ago, I worked at a restaurant. I'm working as a host, right? I just want to get out of the kitchen for a bit. So what I realized was you don't know anyone's relationship. You don't know if it's father, son, blah, blah. So you just call everyone folks, all right? Folks. And people wait, I don't know, 5-10 minutes for their table. When I turn around, instead of saying, okay, folks, your table is ready, of course it didn't come out folks. It came out the worst thing you could say. Right. So, you know, but I said it real casual because you're greeting people. So what they heard is, all right, F's, your table's ready. And the guy kind of looks at me, and we both have a wry smile. Like, obviously, I've just said the wrong thing. But the woman he was with, I always remember this, she folded her arms and then did one of those real tight smiles that says, I'm very unhappy with you and I'd kill you if I could. Mm-hmm. It was that look, man.
Yeah.
It was that look. Mm-hmm. And at the same restaurant, working as a host, we did this stupid country breakfast every Sunday. I hated this shift. And this one day, for whatever reason, everybody that walked up to me came in, shift. I hated this shift. Yes. Every customer came and said, we're here for the country breakfast. But wait,
Oh, no.
dude, no, but listen.
Oh, no.
I'm not piecing this. For hours, I'm not piecing. But everyone who said it, either they had a smile or they did the air quotes, right? So I'm like, whatever. So we switched over to lunch. And there's a dude named Wayne that owned this joint, right? So I got to switch over to Sandwich Board, which had been advertised in the country breakfast. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, for hours. So I go, and the thing is, he actually put quotations around the word. Yeah. Okay, so I go into his office. I go, hey, Wayne, country has an O in it, man. I mean, you've had this out there for hours. He's like, oh, my God. So, but we did more business that morning.
Sweet land of liberty.
Yeah. Spelling is important.
Oh, man. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA. Hold the line, more your calls on the way. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
This comes our way from Kate Welch. She writes, over the weekend, I was with my boyfriend's family at the beach. His mom very kindly made us breakfast. And one morning, she made what she called a Marty Wilson. A what? Apparently, that's what she grew up calling what I've always known as a toad in a hole or an egg in a hole. That delicious, ubiquitous dish of an egg fried in bread. And those names, they are so far from the only names, apparently, for this breakfast dish. The good folks at Eater did a deep dive into the origins of the simple breakfast, and the first time a recipe for the dish appeared in print, it appeared in Fannie Farmer's Boston Cooking School cookbook. It was called then an egg with a hat, calling for the bread center to be cut out to be served on top of the egg as the hat. And it's popped up again and again in popular culture. In the movie Moonstruck, it is called the egg in a trash can. In the film Moon Over Miami, it's called a gas house egg. It's also known as egg in a basket. Mm-hmm. That's 7 different names already, and apparently that is just getting started. Some of the other names that you call a fried egg in a piece of bread, an egg in a cage, an egg in a window, in a pocket, in a nest, a basket, a trash can, a hat, a hole, in a well, a boat, a frame, a blanket, on an island, in a jail, in a nest, birdie in a basket, toad in a hole, toad in the road, frog in a pond, bullseye, ox eye, egg, camel's eyes, elephant tracks, a Marty Wilson, a Betty Jane, a Mary Jane, Adam and Eve.
Don't call it a
on
Mary.
a raft.
Oh, Lord.
The Popeye, One-Eyed Susie, One-Eyed Jack, One-Eyed Pete, One-Eyed Pirate, Lazy-Eyed Pirate, One-Eyed Egyptians, One-Eyed Texans, a Man in the Raft, Fireman's Toast, Cowboy Eggs, Hobo Toast, Rocky Mountain Toast, Polish Eggs, Lighthouse Eggs, Birmingham, Hot House, Guest House, Gaslight, Not Whole Eggs, Goldmine Eggs, Circus Toast, Sunshine Eggs, Holy Frickin' Eggs, a Hole-in-One, Hocus Pocus Eggs, Peekaboo Eggs, Bregs, Toast Boobs, Spit in the Eye, Cartwheel, Diamond Toast, Baby in a Buggy, Donut, Egg, Toast with a Tummy, and Moon Over Miami. Some of the names right there for egg in a hole. Our question, when did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
And someone just added that their father called it Rocky Mountain Toast.
Rocky Mountain Toast.
Hello, Vaughn. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So I got two quick ones for you here. One of my buddies, when he was growing up, his grandparents used to have those pill organizers.
Oh, yeah.
They have the days on it and all that?
Yeah, he used to call them smutterwoofs.
Smutterwoofs?
Yeah, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All right. Thank you for explaining that.
All right.
Smutterwoofs.
Right?
Okay.
And then the second one is my girlfriend. She likes to say dethaw instead of defrost.
What does she call it?
Dethaw.
Dethaw?
Yeah, dethaw.
Dethaw. You know what, man? I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I've heard dethaw.
But like in the way back, man. Not,
Yeah, but
not recently.
but you're not thawing it. If you're thawing something, you're truly thawing it out.
Hi, Vaughn.
So
Yeah,
you're
but
not
if you
dethaw.
dethaw, you're freezing.
Yeah, it
Right,
should
exactly.
just be thaw.
It should just be thaw. But I've heard dethaw.
I've heard to thaw.
I have. You're right.
Dethaw. What a
We need to
Shannon
thaw
Sharp.
that out.
Yeah.
Why always call it an ice box?
What, the freezer?
No, it's just a refrigerator.
Oh, the whole refrigerator is a nice box.
Yeah.
In Virginia, I heard that a lot. My mom's side of the family. Icebox. And, you were talking about commode and whatever. My grandmother, straight up toilet. But she didn't say toilet. They're just the way she was raised. It's turlet.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't matter. You could be in a restaurant. Excuse me. Where's your turlet? I mean, it just, you know what I mean? Like, that was her word. There was no restroom. There was nothing. There was her turlet, and there was nothing else.
Grandfather called a fountain a bubbler, maybe?
I've heard that.
Bubbler?
Yeah,
Bubbler?
What about remote control or clicker?
Clicker. Grandmother always, give me the clicker. Or she also called it a doohickey.
But was it just the remote control if she said doohickey?
No, sometimes it was a do-jigger. She also used that term a
Easy.
lot. I know, but that was one she used.
Grandma.
Give me that hickam-a-jigger thing over
Stop
there.
saying do-jigger and
Right,
spigot.
exactly.
The neighbors are looking.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that way, never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Katie. Welcome to the men's room.
Well, hello, hola.
Hola.
Probably one of the only Spanish words I know, but my husband is Spanish. And this is what happened. One day, I turned to him and I said, honey, can I get some moolah? And he gave me the funniest look. I really believed that it was a Spanish word.
Moolah for money? Moolah?
Yes.
Okay.
Moolah.
Moolah.
For
All right.
money.
Yeah,
It-
no, I
it's
know what
dinero.
it is. I don't think I ever thought it
Muchos
was Spanish.
dinero. Moolah.
Where can I get moolah? Moolah.
What does moolah mean in Spanish, dare I ask?
Well, I don't know. I think it means
Nothing.
something for maybe drug smugglers or something. That's what he explained to me.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Is it Spanglish?
I was like, oh, well, that's not what I meant. No.
Yeah, money. Dinero, I believe, is the word
Yeah.
you're looking for. Dinero.
Oh, boy.
So I told him, I said, no way, Jose. And then he turned around and he said, I'm not Jose. And I said, oh, gosh, I'm so messing up with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He never taught you Spanish, huh?
Would
No,
you?
I'm learning.
Oh, it's just you are.
There's no chance. Listen, one of the things, if you ever hear anyone call this show and say, hello, naked ladies, understand this. I was in Mexico years ago.
Well,
and
moolah does mean money.
I was in Mexico years ago,
In
and the
Spanish or
bartender,
English?
Spanish.
Yeah.
he said, what do you do for a living? I said, what I do. And he said, do you have a greeting or anything? And I said, well, yeah. I said, oddly enough, we say hola bicholas, which to me did not mean anything. That's what, and he started dying of laughter, right? So then he yells out to a few more employees, and he's saying my name, what I do. And only thing I can understand is hola bichola. And then they would all just start dying of laughter. So he walks back up, I'm like, what am I saying? And he goes, you honestly don't know what you're saying. I said, I really don't. I said, how long have you been doing this? And at this point, I'm like 7 years. He goes, every day. I said, every day. He said, look, man, it depends where you are in Mexico, because everyone has their different slang. But he said, in Mexico, if you walk into a room and you say, hola bicholas, what you just said is, hello, naked ladies. And it's like, you've been saying this
perfect
every day. I'm like, I had no idea.
Hundreds
man.
and hundreds of times.
No idea.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Joey. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Joey. Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, my wife, my daughter calls my mother-in-law Mawa.
Mawa?
She trying to say mother-in-law?
Yeah, my mother-in-law. That's her grandma, but she calls her Mawa.
Mawa.
How does the mother-in-law feel that her grandchild kind of refers to her as mother-in-law?
She calls her by everything you can think of. But Mawa was what stuck, and she calls her grandpa, she calls him old man.
Oh, no. Oh, all right.
As long as that's the proper name.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like, ooh, the old man is here.
What did you or someone else say? I've never heard it called that before.
Just remember, if you're a grandparent, even if you're a young grandparent, us as grandchildren always think you're old. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, naked ladies.
Hola.
So, up until 2 weeks ago when I was watching Arrested Development on TV, I've been saying the ghost is clear instead of the coast is clear.
Wait, you've been saying the ghost is clear your whole life? Like thinking of like Casper or any other ghost?
How did you equate that in your mind? Like, what did you picture it meant when you said that?
Well, it's just one of those things that you don't really, I never really thought of it. It was just a saying, and I always thought it was just ghost. And then when I heard that, I had to look it up on my phone. I'm like, oh, well, that makes more sense.
That makes a hell of a lot more sense. And you said you saw this while watching TV, though, right?
Yeah, I was watching Arrested Development.
See, that makes it a lot less embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, in theory, what you thought makes sense.
Right. The ghost is like see-through.
The ghost is clear.
The ghost is clear.
I understand that.
Yeah, just be glad you weren't around people when you said that.
The ghost is clear. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Ash. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hello.
So my daughter, she's 5, and she's been saying this for practically her whole life. She calls a squirrel a wood nut.
A wood nut.
Wood nut.
That's all right.
Wood
Nut. I like wood nut better.
Yeah.
Okay.
A fuzzy little wood nut.
You got anything else she calls weird things?
Oh, gosh. No, squirrel's the only one, really.
Right. What word did she struggle with most? My daughter, at a point when she was kind of learning to tell time, long story short, whatever time she said it ends with o'clock. And I had to keep saying to her, it's really important that you put the L in that word when you say it. Clock has an L. So if she would point at the clock, but the problem was, dude, well, you would be, or if you're at a restaurant, and she's starting to piece it, but she'd point, at the clock on the wall, but there's no L. But Daddy, look at that on the like. God damn it, baby! You gotta, you know what I mean? Seriously, like this is getting important, man. You have to say clock because we can't be in public, and you keep pointing at the other, and then telling me, "Hey, Daddy, look at the right."
My daughter couldn't say sister, so she just points at her younger sister, go Nister. So from that point on, I just called the kid Nister.
Should form a band, Nister.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before?
Hello, Royce. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So, hey, we entertained quite a bit, and we were all having a little get-together in our house one time, and the kitchen was getting all plugged up, with people, and she's trying to cook and whatnot. She goes, why is everybody conjugating in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Conjugating.
And everybody gave her a funny look.
Conjugate.
I'll be right there. Hold on now.
I had to explain to her that it's congregate, not conjugate.
Conjugating. Conjugating.
I know, like everyone would be there. Wait, they're doing what now in the kitchen?
Oh.
Okay.
All right. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
All right, so I got two for you guys. They're both mispronunciations, but I thought they were funny. The first one, my buddy plays a game Fallout 4, and there's a monster in the game, a big monster, and he's explaining it to me. I know about the game, but he's explaining to me. He's like, oh, yeah, I ran into one of those Venomoths.
One of those what?
Venomoth. What the hell are you talking about? You mean the behemoth?
Oh, no.
Ben Moth.
You're stupid. You need to learn how to read. Okay?
Ben Moth.
So the second one, Now, mind you, I'm a professional chef. I've been working in the industry for 15 years, and even though my mother's older than me, obviously, she's cooking something. She's like, hand me the thyme. Like
the what? No.
The thyme. Well, technically, I mean,
that's not what it's called.
The thyme.
The thyme. It's like, no, Mom, they changed it just to mess with you, Mom.
Right. Morris Day and the thyme.
Sounds like Shannon.
That's how it's spelled. It breaks every rule.
No, it doesn't. Y, it takes place of I. That's it.
But it's still TH.
Yeah.
So that's the, not t.
Do you say the?
I say the.
Where is
I say the.
Right, the.
I say the. So I'd say thyme.
You can say thyme.
I'd say thyme.
Pass the thyme.
Pass the thyme. Pass in the thyme away.
Say, brother, pass me the thyme.
I feel like parents always screw up names, too.
What do you mean?
Like my mom always called it Pizza Huts.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why. There's always an S on it.
We're going to the J.C. It's not it's just J.C. Penney.
The Walmarts.
It's the worst thing, too, right? Because as you get older, you find yourself doing it.
Yeah, and I realize...
Are you listening to the Jay-Z? Damn it.
I know. And I realize around my kids, I do it more. And I'm like, is this what happens? It only happens if I'm talking to someone considerably younger than me. For some reason, I put the in front of it. And my parents said, are you listening to the Ozzy Osbourne? You mean Ozzy Osbourne? Yes, he is not the Ozzy Osbourne. His name is just Ozzy Osbourne.
The Maiden.
Yeah, or like my buddy, right? Like his kids really like a lot of it. He's always making little jokes. Because there's Little Pump and, there's all these littles. And I said, you keep making that joke, but you look ancient to your children. Like, stop saying it.
Like, what do you even mean?
Right? Like, first of all, it's not funny. Second of all, they think you look so old.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before?
Hello, Taurus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola.
Hola.
Taurus like the bull or like the car? I guess it was one and the same.
It's spelled Taras. It's pronounced Taras. It's a Ukrainian name.
Okay.
Taras.
Oh, nice.
That sounds much more badass
I like
than Taurus.
Taras. Yeah.
Taras.
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 Yeah. So I got something good for you guys. You know when you play beer pong?
Say that word.
We know.
Room colors.
Jesus
Here are
Christ.
the 7 words you can't say on the radio.
Is there any others?
Mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
Taras, listen to me, man. All right, we know that those are the names of the re-racks, but think of it like this. If my wrestling move was the mother effer, it still doesn't make it okay to say it.
Right, that's why I always say, like, we call my dad old effer.
Right.
But I don't say the effer.
They don't say effer. Right. All right there, Taras. Yes, we know some of those terms, sure.
Okay. So a good one that I heard for a zipper was a snowman with a jetpack, and that's the 3 cups with the 2 to the side.
Snowman with a jetpack.
Jesus. Oh, no.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
I looked at my man just ran through all the... Oh, man, all the... whoa, okay, we got it.
I like the Ukrainians.
Oh, yeah. They're going to tell it the way it is. Hello, Nicole. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. So my family is notorious for naming things oddly when it comes to children. And my oldest cousin, when he was about 2 or 3 years old, learning about himself and exploring, he asked his mom what his boy parts were called, and she decided it was wise to tell him it was his friend, which was fine and dandy until he started growing out of his car seat, and my mother tried to stuff him in there with a big, heavy jacket on because it was winter. Well, she gets him in there and buckles up, and we get about a block down the road, and all you hear from my 2-year-old cousin in the back of the car is, "My friend! My friend!" And I felt terrible for him, but it was hilarious.
Oh, his friend was too tight? Was he squishing it or something?
It's just, I think it was squishing the front end of him because of the straps that come right there in between.
Yeah. Squishing his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't she just tell him? I mean, this is what it's called, and trust me, at no point in your life are you actually going to call it. You're going to call it you'll call it the one-eyed wonder worm, the heat-seeking moisture missile, but this is what it is. Although my son, he refers to the private area, male or female. And I love how he's like an old man, right? He really is. He's weird about his socks. There's all this stuff, but he calls it the privacy.
The privacy.
Oh, yeah. So if he's talking about like his sister, I'm like, hey, man, where's your sister? Oh, she's changing, and she doesn't want to show anyone her privacy.
Her privacy.
Okay, man. I don't know. It sounds so upper crust.
It sounds good.
It does, but yeah.
Privacy.
Like, Dad, we're playing basketball a lot, and, a couple errant passes, like, ooh, I almost hit you in the privacy.
Oh, we got a good one today. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA. More of your calls on the way. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Return of 10 versus the FCC on the way, and bad jokes as well. You can email those bad jokes to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. Bad jokes coming up right before we drink a toast. With the shot of the day, our question today, when did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
And we have some comments rolling in. I enjoyed this one. It says, back when we were kids, 10 or 12-ish, we were at the beach and my brother saw our friend while our friend was changing. And he said, look, his D has a hangover. Brother didn't know what a hangover was. Friend was not circumcised.
Oh,
LOL.
a hangover.
A hangover.
A hangover.
That's a new definition.
Okay.
I called the beer Dos X's when ordering. I was so embarrassed. My brother was like, you stupid ass. It's Dos Equis. The first time my mom went to Taco Time, she ordered a lettuce taco. When I was in high school, went to Taco Time with my mom in the drive-thru. She ordered a large Maxi Pads instead of Mexi Fries.
Oh, my God.
And my friend called sea otters water ferrets.
Okay. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Ashley. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So when my daughter, my beautiful Delilah, who is 7 now, but when she was 3, we would ask her what she wanted for breakfast in the morning. And one day she started saying, hot canal without the C.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's...
Enthusiastically. I mean, she was just yelling it right at you with a huge smile.
And what are you thinking in your head when your 3-year-old kid... You say, what do you want for breakfast? And that's...
Where in the hootenanny, like, did she learn to say this, to my husband? And he's like, I don't know.
As he checks his Google search history.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and for days, she just enthusiastically was yelling this at us, like, hot A-word, hot A-word. And we're like, where? I don't know. Pointed out, finally. And we figured out she meant hot oatmeal.
Oh, hot oatmeal.
Oh. She liked oatmeal.
Yeah,
oatmeal,
she really loved hot oatmeal.
Yeah, make sure she gets that right so later in life she's not like, I really love hot oatmeal.
When,
She's not at school saying that.
Hot oatmeal.
Man, oh, man.
That's interesting. Okay. Wonder what cream of wheat could be.
I know. Good.
When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before?
Hello, Sam. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
So I grew up in a family of mechanics in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, and one day one of the customers came in and said they were out of toilet liners in the restroom, and my dad said, oh, you mean ass gaskets.
Ass gasket?
Yeah, an ass gasket. I've heard it called an ass gasket before.
I have not heard that one.
Yeah, so I've never heard it called since then, and I was just wanting to share that story with you.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
In my life.
You don't use an ass gasket? Like, no, I typically don't.
The thing you put on the toilet seat.
Yeah,
it's an ass. I've never heard that, man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
Do they really work? Wasn't there something came out and said basically it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't, but it's like placebo. If it makes you look, you got just as many germs on you, but it makes you feel better, do it. Speaking of which, man, it was in England. That's what it was. In England, years ago, I discovered that if you need toilet paper and you think they're being funny, they're not being funny. They're like, hey, man, do you have toilet paper? And they're like, oh, honey, where's the bum wipe?
Bum wipe.
Yeah, it's a straight up bum wipe. Yeah. Everybody.
Okay.
Kids, it doesn't matter.
Still to come, bad jokes on the way. The return of Ted versus the FCC and more calls on our question. When did you or someone else say, I've never heard it called that before? 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.